Failure! Failure! You're still a failure! Failure! I can smell the failure! 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 Failure!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Wow, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today, entering the ball field is Jose Canseco, Wade Barnes, Ricky Henderson, Roger Clemens. Shout out to Jenna T. Zoo. Shout out to my mom. Today's non-sponsor is Jocko Go. Real energy, zero crash, balanced energy. Here we go. All right. So today we're going to talk about addiction to failure. Ladies and gentlemen, addiction to failure. We as small business owners get exposed to a variety of things that may not excite us or make us happy or satisfied. During the entrepreneurial journey, it's just normal to, hey, this worked, this didn't work, this was so-so. But what I want to just get in there into your mind, is some small business owners have such a negative mindset that they almost subconsciously, and I know this because you see certain behaviors where they're never happy and they're always negative and they're always wanting failure. Even though that sounds absolutely crazy, this is something that we see, that it's complain, I don't like this, I don't like that. And when you look at the big picture of whatever it is, it's like, well, you know, why even think this way? Your mindset should be, hey, this is going to be a winner. This is going to be great. This is going to get me to the next level. That should be your mindset. So if you had a bad experience in the past, don't punish someone else in a similar industry because you had a bad experience prior with something else. This is unfair to the new vendor. This is unfair to whatever company you're talking to. And then if you do decide to engage someone else, it's bad business to constantly try to almost seem like you don't want it. I know it sounds crazy, but
yeah, sometimes it can come off as if you're like expecting it to fail.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be skeptical as a business owner. I mean, that, like, I even had a conversation with someone yesterday about something like this where, you know, as a business owner, your business is your baby. It's okay to be skeptical, to be nervous, to be, you know, overprotective. But it gets to a point where it's too much. And
that was crazy.
What was that?
It was like a plane.
Bruh.
That was really low.
You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're expecting failure. You know, you can always be prepared. You can always have backup plans, and you know, preparation is not always a negative thing. But to expect failure and to, you know, it's almost like you want it to. And I've noticed this before with some people, and I get it.
It's like a cancer. Yeah. You don't want that to be in your head, negative, because that will just hold you back. Give things a chance. See how you can improve things. If something's not as smooth as you would like, make it smooth. Okay? Mm-hmm. Again, look at those obstacles. Try to work through it. Work through the obstacle. Don't give up. You gotta think to yourself, okay, I'm gonna hit that goal. And during that journey, there are and could be possibly some negative things that might happen, but those negative things can be fixed, tweaked, and changed, and you keep moving forward. That's super, super important for people that change their mindset, because if you have this negative, it's just, you're gonna hold your whole entire business and yourself back in general. Because like I have interacted with a variety of vendors, ladies and gentlemen. And then some of them are like, okay, not bad, not perfect, but I always look at the bright side. That's just my mindset. I look at the bright side like, okay, I can benefit from 60% of what's going on here. And this other vendor, I can benefit 50%. Not everything's perfect, because you have to factor in, okay, like I said in the prior episode, what were you paying for that service? Okay. What is the bigger picture? What is the long-term strategy? Okay. Not everything's going to happen overnight, but always think to yourself, this is a new beginning. This is a new vendor. I'm hoping and I'm going to strive to do better. I'm striving to get a better result. But when you try to get that better result, don't sabotage. This is a big problem, is the sabotage. It's that during the journey of working with that vendor, it's like, oh, boom, boom, boom. Oh no. And then like you'll hold everything from the prior vendor against the new vendor. And they're like, what?
It's self-sabotage. It's a mental thing. Like I just outside of like vendors and whatnot too, it's like even just in business, if you expect to fail, like you can't have a negative outlook on things like that. Like if you expect to fail, then it is more likely to happen. Kind of like when people say, don't put it in the universe, right?
Yeah.
Like I've talked with plenty of people where they're like, oh, we're not going to be able to do that. Oh, we're not going to be able to facilitate that. Oh, that's bound to fail. And stuff like that. And it's like, but then when I talk to people who are extremely successful, you never hear that. It's more of this potential failure could be a problem. Let's set in place a solution. And the things that aren't going to happen or can't happen will happen. We just have to find that solution. It's almost it's like one step ahead, right? It's having that, addicted to failure kind of mindset where, a couple things fail, this and that, and you get used to it and then you accept it. That just is not a way to run a business.
And also think about the receiving end. When you are working with a vendor and you are just so difficult and so negative, do you think that new vendor truly is excited to actually work with you to help you reach your goals? Think about that for a minute. You should strive to be pleasant to work with. Like even myself, if I work with somebody and I try to give the benefit of the doubt, and I try to work and I try to massage the situation to try to get the most out of it, the best situation, because I'm more of the glass is half full type of person. I will look at the bright side. I will say, okay, whatever happens here, I'm going to learn from it. Let me proceed forward. I'm not going to sabotage this. I don't want to sabotage it. What do you need me to help you? What's going on? Do you need what? Like, because again, I'm thinking about the goal. What is the goal? Let's just say you hire a landscaper and they're doing some yard work and they're doing some stuff. And you notice, well, they're not really getting the edges of the grass, and there's little blades of grass sticking out, and it doesn't really look uniform and nice. I rather than bitching and being a pain in the ass fucking client, I would say it like this. Hey, dude, do you guys have like a weed whacker or something to hit the side? I'd say it nice. I would say it nice. Hey, you got a weed whacker? I don't know if you gotta go get it at the warehouse or something like that. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm unhappy. Like, come on, like think about this. You being negative and sabotaging or whatever what are you gonna accomplish? What is it? Now you think about on the business side of things, does that business owner want to do business with you? So if you become this problem that they don't really like working with you, it goes both ways. They're gonna go like, I don't want to. I've had a situation where I've worked with somebody, and this is a long time ago. The person was borderline, had some issues. And you could tell there was something going on, and I gave that person the benefit of the doubt and they came to me and like, hey, I want to do something again with you. And I'm like, let me think about this. And I met with the person face to face, shook his hand, and was like, maybe this is a new beginning because you were probably one of the most difficult clients I've ever had in my entire ass. Oh my God. I'm not exaggerating. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he, within a week, so this client was famous for very, very long emails. Not even done by chat, just every day there is an announcement, there's an act of Congress, there's some major issue. There's some major issue. So literally we were like setting some things up for him. We're talking about, I don't know, a few days, and it was time to write, time to just type tippy. And it was exhausting just to read the emails. I was getting tired. I was like, should I bill hourly for this studying? Should I bill hourly? I'm reading a lot of stuff. What? And I hit it. I hit a wall, and I was like, you know what? And I very rarely do this, but I was like, we're done. We're absolutely done. We're done with it. You are not a fit. You are not a fit. And sometimes that happens, and you have to part ways because that negativity is going to spread. It's going to spread. And then like you got to interact with that, and it's just an issue. And it's just, I'm more of a positive person, and it's just not.
I had a conversation with someone yesterday or the day before.
Even with prospects,
and not even a prospect, a client. And he came, he was calling me, and he said, hey, listen, I'm not seeing this, I'm not seeing that, what's going on? And I had to explain to him, listen, we've only been working for this amount of time. The expectation isn't there yet. Mm-hmm. You know, I walk him through, I understand that your old agency or your old consultant, what a vendor, whatever, you know, you had this experience, but I can tell you right now that here are the steps, here are the timelines, here's what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, there's no need for expectation. There's no need for an expectation for it to fail. There's no need for that.
When you hire someone to do something, whether, you know, say the landscaper example, let the guy mow the fucking lawn. Let him do it. Let him do it, and then critique. Don't critique during the fucking process, because it's like, do you want me to do it, or do you want to complain the entire journey? Do you want to kick and scream and not let me? It's the most insane thing, and I feel like the people who are addicted to failure, they subconsciously do this.
Yeah,
I don't think they realize they're doing it, and they're just kind of, they're in their own bubble of negativity, and now God help them. Like, what? I don't even know. I don't want to even realize what their personal life is like. But if they're like that in business, then holy crap, dude, you got to relax, chill out, get it done, accomplish things. Just kicking and screaming is not. Just think to yourself, okay, I hired this landscaping company to mow my lawn. Very, very simple concept. Let them mow the lawn. If you see some blades of grass, just nicely say something like, hey, by any chance you got a weed whacker? I just want you to hit this section here. Just be cool about it. You don't need to be a douche. You got to reel in the douchery. Bring it back a little bit. And just remember, when you hire someone, you are working with people. These are people. These are human beings.
Now, the caveat is if someone, you know, fucks you up and fucks you over somehow, then, you know, there's a caveat to it, of course.
But you just talk to him. You talk to him like a gentleman or whatever, as a polite person, and just say, hey, let's try to fix this.
Yeah.
Let's try to. Hey, I don't know if you had that weed whacker on you, but just make sure you hit the sides. like be cool about it. You don't need to be a total fucking ass. The whole. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll see you next time. Peace out.